She rode more than 2,400 miles across the Pacific Ocean alone. 43 days. No rescue team. No second system. No one to fix mistakes after the fact. Just one continuous reality where every decision either held or compounded. That is what makes the story of Kelsey Fendler, the American woman who set a world rowing record from California to Hawaii, so uncomfortable to think about in the context of healthcare. Because most physician clinics are doing something just as demanding every single day. They are moving through an ocean of clinical decisions, documentation, coding, and reimbursement rules, except they cannot see the water they are in, and they rarely see where the system is leaking until much later. Here is the contrarian part most people miss. Revenue problems in healthcare are not primarily billing problems. They are visibility problems. The industry keeps trying to fix the end of the process: denials, appeals, coding corrections, billing optimization. But by the time anything reaches billing, the actual outcome has already been shaped upstream. Billing is not where revenue is created or lost. It is where reality gets reported, and that reality is already distorted. The real failure point is earlier, in the translation layer between clinical care and structured data. What actually happened in the room is rich, nuanced, and complex. What gets documented is compressed. What gets coded is interpreted. What gets billed is reconstructed. Every step away from the patient encounter is a step away from precision. So when clinics say they have a billing problem, what they usually mean is something deeper. They have a signal problem. The system is not carrying clinical truth cleanly from one layer to the next. This is where the uncomfortable truth sits. Physicians are trained to think in terms of care, not data architecture. Documentation becomes a cognitive byproduct of care delivery, not a designed input into a financial system. Then downstream teams are asked to reverse engineer intent from incomplete signals. That is not a billing workflow. That is a translation error at scale. And it is getting more expensive. Healthcare is moving toward tighter scrutiny, automated validation, and real-time auditing. That means ambiguity is no longer absorbed by the system. It is flagged by it. At the same time, artificial intelligence is being introduced into billing workflows as if it can fix the problem. But artificial intelligence does not correct ambiguity. It accelerates it. If the input is unclear, the output becomes systematically wrong at scale. So the real question is not how to improve billing efficiency. The real question is why we are still tolerating upstream data that was never designed to be machine interpretable in the first place. This is where the shift becomes unavoidable. The next era of healthcare revenue will not be defined by better billing teams or stronger denial management. It will be defined by how well clinical intent is captured at the moment it is created, not interpreted later, not reconstructed afterward. Captured correctly the first time. That is the direction systems are moving, and it is the problem being addressed through ONS, an AI-powered medical billing platform focused on reducing downstream interpretation by strengthening upstream clinical structure. Not faster billing, less need for correction at all. Because once the system stops relying on interpretation, it stops leaking in silence. The real advantage is not in fixing claims better, it is in not creating broken claims in the first place. If this resonates, the question is simple. Are you still trying to fix revenue at the end of the system? Or are you ready to redesign where the system actually begins?